Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome to Arena Lacrosse League action on JVI Sports Network. We are coming to you from the Children's Arena in Oshawa, where Mike Gillen almost won the opening faceoff, but it goes instead to Mike Triolo. And Triolo will start with possession for the Oshawa Outlaws. Lots of pressure, but he'll hang on to it and hand it off to Kyle Whitlow. He gets it over to the left side. John St. John with the quick shot off the far post, just past the foot of Craig Wendy. Oshawa wearing the blue with the white and red trim. Going left to right on your screen. Backdoor pass, wide open, and there's another post. What a glorious chance for Jeremy McWaters. Just couldn't quite find the spot. At the far end, we have a shot by Toronto as Dustin Caravello runs the length of the floor and lets it rip. There's a save by Rance Vigneault, making his first stop. This is Toronto going right to left. That's Jordan Dance. His shot off the defender. Heads up out of play, and it'll be a fresh 30 in possession for Toronto. Nick Anderoli puts it down, and we're underway. Nick Grasby over to Tyler Ferreira. Dance sets a pick for him. They tried to get the roll, but the pass is low. The defender fell. That was Strocher, and that opened it up for Dance to let one rip. So Strocher loses his footing. Dance takes advantage to bounce it far side past Rance Vigneault. Face-off violation on Toronto as they send out Alistair Warren to take that one. Oshawa will start with possession again. Steph Charbonneau making quite an impact here in the Arena League. Back to Ryan McCrory. Goes to Josh Gilray on the far side. He's loading up for a couple of fakes. Tries to get it through to Colin Maudsley. That didn't connect. And Reed Board is running the other way. Feeds it to the man on the run. The sweeping low shot just went wide. Oshawa gets it up over mid-floor. That was Luke Laidlaw taking that shot. He'd come off the bench in transition. This is the captain, Spencer James, rumbling up the floor. He's picked up by Gage Board. They go down low. There's a shot on the net, and it's another goal. Toronto capitalizes. Mason Wright right on top of the crease. 1:43 into the first quarter. It's 2-0 Toronto, and they will get possession for the first time. It's actually been working out pretty well for them, giving up the faceoffs. Dustin Caravello watched by Triolo. Bounces to Ferreira, who goes far side. They try to hit the cutting Jordan Critch. Can't get it through. Laidlaw did manage to grab it. Sorry, Ferreira. Oh, and that's a long, low outside skipper from Jordan Dance. I think his foot was still in the restraining line as he let that go. It finds its way through traffic. Paul Jelly at the dot for Oshawa, number 26, up against Warren. That one pops high out. Jelly comes up with it. Shovels it ahead to McCrory. He's running through 5 burgundy jerseys. Maroon? Burgundy? Burgundy. Triolo gets a little pick, tries to roll it, feed it through to the rolling Whitlow, but it is knocked down. Nice controlled play there by Brandon Ben. As he comes up with the ball and runs over center floor. He's knocked down, pops back up, and is ready to take the pass. Sees a lane, shoots, quick shot, scores on Schutzkowski, who wasn't ready. That's the first shot Schutzkowski has faced. And it's 4-0 Toronto. Craig Wendy 6-1 at 1260 goals against average. And they've got some balanced scoring. 3 players with 40 or more points in Dustin Caravello, Jordan Dance, and Jordan Critch. Oshawa, meanwhile, their leading scorer is Mike Triolo with 32. And Brandon Ben, long ago now traded over to this Toronto team for who he just scored, is actually still among Oshawa's leading scorers. Toronto's got it again. Critch is behind the net. Out to Caravello. Shoots and scores. Bounces at 5-hole again. Same spot. Critch and Caravello can work magic, and they do a little there. It's 5-0. And Rance Vigneault is putting his gear back on. Jelly and Gillen down for the draw. Jelly with a good clamp. Gillen's battling, though. Comes out. Gillen had it for a moment, but it's Triolo once again with the loose ball. Has Charbonneau. It goes to the trailing McCrory, and Oshawa scores. First of the game is a beauty for the Outlaws. Triolo, quick fake to the first cutter. Charbonneau finds McCrory. He throws a couple of fakes and tucks it past Wendy. My quick calculations say that puts us on pace for around 95 tonight. Triolo flips it back to Connor Laird, another face-off win, and Charbonneau will move into the offensive zone. Tompkinson runs into a wall but hangs on to the ball. He'll step away. Sorry, that's McWaters. I don't think Zach Tompkinson's actually here tonight. He is not. Charbonneau fakes down low, comes across the top. The shot is stopped by Wendy. Now Caravella, who'd shoved his man from behind into the crease. And TJ Sanders will just head off to the bench. Matching 27s, a little run in there. Here's Ben. Coming across the top, fires far side. That one's wide. It's going to go over and back. Nick Andrioli will trace it down to take away, to see if he can get a quick start opportunity. But the ball went into the Toronto bench. And Gilray will commence play by passing it to John St. John. Gilray dangling a bit but lost control. And now Triolo loses it. And he's going to suffer an over and back. Sean Gillies was up looking for someone to go grab the ball and throw him a breakout pass, but there was nobody there, so he'll go to the bench. Let Reed Board pick up the ball. Ferreira spins off the check from Berger. Backdoor cut, and it was tucked in there nicely by Alistair Warren, but he had stepped in the crease. No goal. Remains 5-1. Triolo's been all over the floor. He's back in the D zone. He's up playing offense now. That's Adam J on defense. Backdoor pass. Nice save by Wendy. Quickly across another one on the rebound shot by Triolo. Oshawa's got it again. Dylan Goddard way over on his offside to collect that ball. Shot around the screen by Sanders. Wendy got it but couldn't reach the rebound. But Spencer James will come up with it. Captain trots over center. There goes Jay off to the bench. Keep an eye on him. Number 23 for Toronto, wearing the red helmet on the practice squad with the Toronto Rock. Having a chance to see him play in person here. Nice to get him on the floor at the Children's Arena. Caravello running through checking. Hands it off to Ben. He just kind of pushes off McCrory. Tries to go to Grasby on the crease, but he was in the crease and it's Oshawa possession. Vigneault is looking for McCrory, who was picked up by Caravello. And there's some pressure from Toronto. 8-second count should be up. Oh, they just make it. Andrioli. Lobs one across to Gilray. Comes back to St. John. They're still out by the restraining line. Down to 6 to shoot. Driving to the net. Then he tries to make a pass out. And he will get a shot off. He's going for the loose ball, but the rebound bounces away from him. Toronto gets it. Good hustle play by St. John. Couldn't quite come up with the ball, though, for the reset. Warren looked like he was seriously thinking about letting that one rip. Now he ducks underneath. Had Ryan Nolan. Great recovery by Nolan, and Grasby will shoot low. That's stopped by Vigneault. It's got to be a good feeling for Vigneault to make a couple of stops, get a feel for the ball. Ferreira up top. Fresh 30 as Dance has it. Grasby goes to the cutting. Luke Laidlaw, his shot is wide off the board. Charbonneau, great pass ahead. Gets it to Gage Board. There's Triolo trailing the play. He was looking for somebody to come join him. Didn't have anyone with him. That ball bounces loose. Craig Wendy comes up with it. Reed Board goes for a run, flips it over towards Ben. He managed to get hold of it, but then it's flattened. Now the ball's knocked loose. They've got 15 left on the shot clock as Dance has it up top. Laird with him, but he runs away. Oh, great trail check. Then the big hit by DeBrone. Here comes Berger. He's got Laird trailing. Laird didn't look like he wanted to pass there. He's slowing it down now. He'll go to the bench. And Kyle Whitlow will wait for some reinforcements. We've passed the midway point of the first quarter here in Arena Lacrosse League action on JVI Sports Network. We should have the official timeout right here. We won't. Just keep it rolling. St. John with the forecheck. Now it's a back check, and from behind, he was working hard, and then just not a smart penalty. He goes to the backside of Patrick Miles, who gets up and gets in his face, and Miles is going to stay there. Miles still talking to St. John, who's saying, come on, you got a cheap call. Ferreira, the shot, the save, Vigneault pulls it in. Toronto will go to the power play. Critch will start up top, Dance and Laidlaw over on the left side. Ben and Caravello on the right side. McCrory and DeBrone up high on the penalty kill. Laird and Charbonneau are the low men. Ben sees a lane, shoots off the post. You got a great view on the camera there of exactly what he was shooting for. He had a spot, but it was closing down as Vigneault brought the shoulder up. Bangs off the crossbar post area and all the way back down the floor, but a fresh 30. And possession for the Monarchs. Perimeter passing. Critch goes down low to Caravello. Now there's a cut. They go behind it, and Critch rips it. DeBrone flicks the pass ahead. It's grabbed by, and that's an over and back, which isn't called. And now there's a chance at the other end. Oshawa's coaching staff is very upset that that call was missed. Back up top to Critch. Down low, quick stick by Dance, doesn't connect. The ball is loose. Dance bangs into the boards after Laird bumped him. DeBrone has Dance on him. He'll go for a sprint. Takes a swat to the leg. Don't call there. Charbonneau picks it up. 35 left on the penalty. Be about 20 left when the shot clock expires for the Outlaws. So if they can get a reset or a goal here as Goddard goes in, there's the shot. He's going to go after the loose ball. They say he was through the crease, first guy to play it, and it will be Toronto possession, 18 on the penalty. Caravello. Very mild hidden ball trick. Now he's looking over towards Dance. Dance wasn't even looking at him to take the pass, so he'll come to this side instead. Now the ball goes to Dance. They cut through to Ferreira. He somehow corrals that ball. Great hand-eye coordination. There's the outlet to St. John. He's out of the box, going to the net. Behind the back, misses. It's a good chance. That one gets through the upright, the rafters. Great save there by Whitlow. And Andrioli has the ball. St. John takes the pass. They've got 14 left on the shot clock. There was no contact with the player or the net. So no reset on St. John's shot. He goes back door, can't connect with Whitlow, but it's grabbed by Maudsley. This will be a fresh 30 for Oshawa. Oh, no, it didn't get through. It was blocked by a defender. That was a reset finally. It almost bounced away from Wendy, but he does get the ball. Grasby is back. He's got a man open, but quickly coming up was Strocher to get on top of Alistair Warren. 4 minutes left as Warren goes to the net. Backdoor pass. That one's blocked by Nolan. Ryan Nolan really stepping his game up in the last couple weeks. Pass through is tipped. Vigneault couldn't reach it. Now he's going to be able to go out and get it. And we'll take the officials' timeout with 3:43 to go. Looks like we have a couple penalties. We'll let you know what they are when we come back. Welcome back, Lacrosse friends. We remain 5-on-5 as there are penalties both way behind the play. So Oshawa will retain possession, and Dylan Goddard will step up over center, passing the ball off to Gilray as he goes. Whitlow's got it. Sanders, hard sidearm pass. Gilray, sidearm shot. Arm saved by Wendy. Bounces into the corner. Gillen's the first one there, but it's knocked away. Nice effort by Goddard, causing that ball to pop loose, and Whitlow over to Triolo. Oshawa gets 5 attackers back on. Sanders is the 5th one. He gets it at the top. Goddard isolated. Sanders is there now. Sets a pick. Nicely played two-man defense, but they still get the shot off as it went far side and then came back. That'll be over and back. Adam J. chasing after it. So the over and back call is made. It will be Toronto possession. Adam J. was going to try and get the ball so they could try and take advantage of some numbers, and there was no call, and eventually there was some communication, and we get the ball. Caravello with it. Tries to feed it through to Ferreira. I think Nolan got just a bit of that. Here comes Steph Charbonneau. Hangs onto the ball through a check by Ferreira. Gives to St. John, 20 on the shot clock. Mancini goes to the net, dives. They say he stepped in the crease. It didn't go in anyway, so it was irrelevant, but good effort. It was Eric Krepensek chasing him. Reed Board starts off with it. He's going to stay up and play offense as he handed it off to Critch. Brandon Ben, they've got Paul St. John out there on D. That's Critch with the sidearm shot. It's wide. Comes out to Caravello. They've got 7 left to get a shot off. Board up on him. Pass doesn't connect with Critch. Charbonneau's just going to let it roll. And St. John's already up there in the offensive zone. He'll start with possession. The rest of the Oshawa offense coming out. St. John to Triolo, but it's picked off. Gillies almost had it. It wound up going to an Oshawa player who got a shot, but it went wide and up hard into the rafters. We're into the final minute 40 of the first quarter. Still 5-1 Toronto. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League action on JVI Sports Network. Ferreira to dance. Grasby, hard shot, soaked by Mark DeBrone. Boy, DeBrone's a vet. He's taken a few of those. He's a little uncomfortable, but he's not showing it. Just a slight wince. Penalty coming to Oshawa. There's a shot from Ferreira. Comes off the post. Back out to dance. They've got a fresh 30. And they'll get the extra attacker out now. They're taking their time. 1 minute to play. Caravello to Grasby. Gets it back. McCrory racing out on him. And now there's another one coming. Toronto with that early burst, but they really haven't been able to find the range lately. 3 goals on Vigneault in the first minute and a bit, then a couple on 2 of the first shots that Ryan Shutkowski faced. They go for a 2-for-1 here, and Vigneault makes the stop. And then the hard, short pass. It's going to work out okay. Oh, yeah, DeBrone will get it. No, he just swats it ahead. They're getting close to the second count, and Toronto's got the ball. But they will not be able to pull Wendy safely because there's about a 5-second difference between the shot and game clock. Yeah, they're just going to wait until it gets down. They're going to play it like it's the end of the quarter. And then they're going to try a shot just with about 5 seconds left. Dustin Caravello, it cut open to the net. There's a shot. A little early, 6 seconds left. Oshawa's got it. I think Blaine McCauley wanted to leave less time. Oh, that was early. Cam Mancini took with about 4 seconds left. Oshawa actually had some time to do something with that one, but it will finish 15 minutes to play, 5-1 in favor of Toronto. We'll be back with JVI Sports Network bringing you the Arena Lacrosse League. If you're a believer that face-off wins lead to success in lacrosse, you may not want to use the first quarter of this game to bolster your argument. Oshawa won 6 of the 7 draws in that quarter, but they were outscored 5-1. Shots were 14-11 in favor of Toronto. Loose balls, a narrow 18-17 margin in favor of the Monarchs. We're still at 5-on-5 play with a couple of players in the box for offsetting minors, and Triolo has the ball for Oshawa, who trail 5-1. They've stopped the bleeding since early on, though. There's a shot by St. John that's well wide. Comes straight out, though, and Maudsley gets it to the big man. Underneath Whitlow. Nice goal. That quick first step got him underneath Critch. So 5-2, just 17 seconds into the second quarter. And Oshawa gets another face-off win. DeBrone zips into the offensive zone, heads over to the bench, and hands it off to Goddard. McWaters was loading up, throws it over to Goddard instead. Gilray will rip one quickly, comes straight out to himself, and the shot and the goal. Josh Gilray gets his own rebound off the backboards, spies a lane, and manages to beat Craig Wendy. Jelly and Gillen engaging in an extended battle, and it pops up to DeBrone. He's going to run in. Thought about seeing what was there, but that wasn't much. He'll pull it out. Smart decision, hands it to Charbonneau. Triolo working his way in. Adam Jace pushing him out. That shot's well wide. It's going to go over and back. Jace racing after it. He's not going to pick it up unless there's a chance, and there was one player out. Critch had gotten up there with him. And now he'll bounce it to Critch. That was, boy, if Gage Board had seen that ball coming earlier, he could have maybe picked it off. Oh, what a pass through. And the finish, Jordan Dance. There's a gorgeous touch pass from Jordan Critch. Critch to Dance for the goal. Toronto stops the momentum, makes it 6-3. As we are 1:24 into the second. Jelly and Gillen do a complete 360 battling for that ball, and then it just kind of squibs out, and Triolo comes up with it. He's going to take a shot, but it's right into Wendy. May have wanted to pull that one out. Here comes Critch the other way. Critch navigating through traffic. Mancini out on him. Looked like it was going to be a pass by Dance. Winded up being a shot. There's a reset. Nice job by Caravello to step back over center before he got the ball. Now he's pinned. That's going to be over and back. And Charbonneau's helmet came off. Oshawa's got a man ahead. Oh, the pass is knocked away by Patrick Miles. That's a big play by Miles. And now there's going to be a penalty to Toronto. It looks like Sean Gillies is getting it on a slash. Vigneault is at the bench, 6-on-5 with the extra attacker out. 13 on the shot clock for the Outlaws when they get all 6 guys out there. Goddard's at the top, down to 7. McWaters to Goddard, 3 seconds. Got to get a shot off. They won't as the pass skips away, but they will go to the power play with 12:22 to go in the second. Score 6-3 Toronto. Oshawa going man up. Strong right for Oshawa with Whitlow up top, Triolo and Gilroy the other righties. St. John with the ball down low up to Goddard the other lefty. Caravello and Critch as usual at the top for Toronto on the PK. There's a shot by Triolo, stopped by Wendy. Danes and Miles were the low men. That pass is too high from the stick of Wendy. Gets up into the rafters. Gilray takes possession. Same lineup as the first possession they had in the power play. Gilray with a little head fake. Now it's up to Whitlow. He bangs it off the iron. Gets away from him, but that's okay. It'll be a reset once he picks the ball up. The only cost there is the few seconds it cost him to run back up into the offensive zone, which winds up being about 4.5 seconds as he passes it ahead to Goddard. There's Gilray behind the net. St. John gives it back to him. They go high. Goddard sidearm rip off the dasher and way up into the rafters. That ball never came down. It's still bouncing around up in the roof. So they get a fresh one from the ref's pocket, and Pat Miles runs into the offensive zone. Connor Laird staying with him. Nice job from Laird to take away the behind the net angle. Miles is going to go for a rest after he gives it to Critch. 12 left on the shot clock. Double team. Critch can't get through, and the ball comes loose. It's grabbed by Nolan. He's sprinting. Man off the bench out to play D. Nolan pulls it up. He had Andrioli with him, but a great hustle play to get back. I think that was Niall Caravello. Yeah, that got back and took away the cross-floor pass. Oshawa has no problem, though. They'll just set up on the power play. Quick release right off the shoulder on the Whitlow shot. Caravello's up the floor. There's the pass now. What a beautiful play. Great patience by Eric Krepensek. Could have made the pass early, but recognized that he needed to draw the defender over. Did so and just drifted a little touch pass just past the defender's stick. The shorthanded goal makes it 7-3 for Toronto with 10:32 to go in the first. Oshawa gets another face-off possession. It's quite a job by DeBrone with Miles clomping down on his stick. That one comes over and back. Charbonneau is out there to make sure Miles can't get a quick restart and a chance at goal. Critch has the ball. Penalty's over. We're back to full and even strength. Ben goes down to Grasby. Gets back to him, but it didn't quite connect. Charbonneau will grab the ball. Critch, some token forecheck pressure. Long high pass to Triolo, which works when you're 6'8". Just bodying in on Cody McLeod. St. John with a pass to Triolo backdoor. And then they go again across the floor. Goddard didn't get much on it, and then he stepped in the crease as he was going after the ball. Ferreira to dance on his offside, just coming off the bench. He's going to hang on and get over into his normal position. 3 Monarchs trying to create some open space. Good D by Oshawa on that one. Caravello feeds it through to Dance, and he goes cross-hander, saved by Vigna. Thought he was going to tuck that one home. Just great continuous movement by Dance after he gave up the ball to get the give and go. Couldn't quite finish it. Gilray. Sanders off to Goddard. Sorry, that's Maudsley on the far side. Maudsley gets a shot that's well wide and goes up out of play. It'll be Toronto possession. They lead 7-3 with 8:55 to go in the half. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League action on JVI Sports Network. Critch will give it back to Ferreira. He's watched by Andrioli. 3 Monarchs start to crash towards the net, trying to create space. It works. Ben gets a shot off, but Vigna made the save, and now he corrals the Lucy. Whips it ahead. Mancini's going to push it. He's got the trailer, Andrioli. Andrioli runs right into space in the middle, though, or into non-space. So they're going to slow things down. They got 16 on the shot clock. They're still waiting for somebody to come out as the 5th attacker. Goddard just lets it fly, stopped by Wendy. He throws it ahead, connects almost with Niall Caravello. Just bounced off the head of his stick. Spencer James takes that pass. A couple of D first guys for Toronto up for the offensive shift. Look like they're going to run a bit of a 2-man game. There's Dustin Caravello taking it from his brother Niall. That shot stopped by Vignier. He thought it was bouncing loose, but it wasn't. Now he lets it out. Paulo Jelly ran it into the offensive zone and leaves it for Triolo. Dustin Caravello's back there watching him. It's a save by Wendy. And the short outlet pass, Krepensek. Keeping his eyes tightly on the Toronto bench to see anybody coming. Nobody there. And Caravello just lobs it behind him. But Laird is the first one to get there. Caravello goes for the big hit, knocks Nolan down. It worked out. It's a high-risk, high-reward play. It worked out okay, limited it, but now they're going to go back door. That one bangs off the post. Gilray was open. It's no over and back. Strocher kind of hesitated, then he steps back in his crease. That's just a mental error, not being aware where he was on the floor. So Toronto with a fresh 30. We're past the midway point in the second quarter. Should have the officials timeout at the next non-goal stoppage. That one gets away from Ben, but Grasby's there. Hard pass. Laidlaw had to take a double peek. Double check to make sure. A double take to make sure he had the ball in his stick. Here comes McCrory. Tries to hit Goddard off the bench until Goddard can't believe he didn't catch that pass. Board to McCrory. Dive shot. He landed in the crease before the ball left his stick, though. He put the ball in the net. It's just a little late. And Toronto goes the other way. Now Caravello. Alistair Warren up in the offensive zone. We've seen him back in the D zone for a while tonight. Warren cut through. Grasby Dustin Caravello bounces one through Shutzkowski. Looked like he was through a screen as well. And with 5:52 to go in the second, Toronto extends their lead to 8-3. That's okay. Jelly and Gillen battle, and it comes out, and Charbonneau comes up with it. Charbonneau with the dive attempt. Kind of takes the feet out of Cody McLeod as McLeod was coming in to cover him. Nice attempt there by Charbonneau. They get the ball back and a fresh 30. Kyle Whitlow gets underneath McLeod. Trail check. May have thrown the shot off just enough that it goes wide. And Trail, no, they're going to say a reset. St. John has it. Gets away from Triolo and over to Wendy. He looks up the floor as he does immediately every time he gets the ball. Nobody there, though. Oshawa, good job in the transition defense. So the short pass, and Critch trots up into the offensive zone. Feed gets through to Grasby. He tries to lob one back for Caravello. It's grabbed there by Ferreira. Tyler Ferreira looked a little, he may have twisted his ankle a bit, but he pops up and seems okay. Ball's loose. Now Ferreira's going to just hog tie Ryan Farazovic. And Oshawa gets a shot. And that's not going to be an over and back as it went off a Toronto player. But nobody's there, so Tyler Ferreira was going to be there. It will be eventually blown down. And Oshawa will go to the power play. For hog tying to Tyler Ferreira. He took down Ryan Farazovic. Whitlow to St. John. There's Triolo in the middle. They can't quite connect. And Caravello has it. He's running with Critch. That phrase strikes terror into the hearts of opposing teams. But Oshawa had it well defensed this time. And let's go into penalty kill mode. 22 on the shot clock. Caravello's moving. Gets the pass. Gets it through. Oh, doesn't quite get it through to Ben. Great job by Strocher to nip back just in time. Now Oshawa pushing the pace. Goddard to Gilray behind the back to Triolo. All alone. Bouncer through the 5-hole of Craig Wendy. And Triolo had Wendy at his mercy. Jelly and Gillen again. This has been quite a battle. And again, they engage. This one's a little quicker, though. Pops out. Ben had it for a moment, but it's DeBrone, and he's got McCrory with him. Peeled back. He peeled a bit too much. Took too big a loop and wasn't able to hit McCrory while he was open. McCrory's on the back door. Toronto kind of lost track of him, but Oshawa was slowing things down, setting up on the offense. Threw me for a second because the penalty's still up on the board, but that is not active. There's a shot by St. John on his offside, stopped by Wendy. Bounces away from Al Caravello. But Miles is there to just hang on, and Toronto will set up. 3 minutes to go in the half. 8-4, Toronto leads. Oshawa hanging in after the early 5-0 deficit. Of course, they've actually outscored the Monarchs 4-3 since then. Dance. Ferreira bounces one, 5-hole, gets the goal back as he beats Rance Vigneault to make it 9-4. Alistair Warren out for another attempt in the face-off dot against Jelly, and he pulls it out. Almost had it himself, but it looks like, no, it was going to be Charbonneau. It is Charbonneau that comes up with it eventually. Flicks it back over to Jelly. He'll get to Laird, and Oshawa sets up on O. They trail 9-4. Triolo on Niall Caravello. Backing his way in. Help comes from Critch. That shot from the outside is stopped, but Dylan Goddard gets the rebound. It's tipped by Caravello. Triolo reaches over him with it, goes down low. Whitlow passes through, it can't connect. Caravello just croquet shots it over, and Alistair Warren's going for a run. He's got Adam J, gets it to him. Critch was cutting back door, but Triolo got nicely into the passing lane, and Jay will have to slow things down. We're into the final 2 minutes. Brandon Ben runs over the middle. Shoots it, stopped. Andrioli gets it. Oh. Penalty coming to Nick Andrioli of Oshawa for holding the stick. So with 1:42 to go in the half, Oshawa will be shorthanded. Laird and Charbonneau low, McCrory and DeBrone high for Oshawa. 3 lefties for Toronto with Critch at the top. Dance throws it to him. They've got Laidlaw down low. Ben's at the shooter spot, gets the pass now. Caravello moving around on the far back side. They try to feed it through to Dance. Don't know if he ever got to touch it, but it did get to the chest pad of Vigna. Now McCrory's going to sprint over center. Pulls up. Leaves it there for DeBrone. Laidlaw jumps out to play a hard check on DeBrone, who's going to go off the floor. The shot was handled from Sanders. And here comes Toronto back onto the power play. Patrick Miles plays catch with himself for a little bit. And hands it off to Dustin Caravello, 22 on the shot clock. Caravello at the top. 3 righties. Warren gives it back to Caravello. They go to the quick backdoor for Ferreira. He can't find the mark. 8 to get a shot on net. Caravello will let it go. And they do get it back. So they've got 23 on the quarter. Don't have to pull the goalie, of course, with the man advantage already. And they're going to take a timeout to set things up. Smart play. You only get 1 per half. You might as well use it. So with 14.9 to go, it is 9-4 for Toronto. They'll try to extend that lead. The ball will start with Alistair Warren over along the far boards. Gives it to Caravello. 12 on the clock. Warren cuts in, shoots, stopped. It won't be an over and back, but they're going to run out of time. Dance has it, rips it down, gets it to Caravello behind his back. They tried to make something happen. They just didn't have enough time. That will do it through 30 minutes of play. It's 9-4 for Toronto after they got up to the 5-0 lead. 4-4 since then. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League on JVI Sports Network. Welcome back, lacrosse friends. Toronto has 17 seconds remaining on the penalty power play, so if they can get possession, they'll have a chance. They have not won a faceoff since early in the game, though. Oshawa won all 8 in the second quarter and 14 of 15 overall. And there is a faceoff win for Toronto, but it took almost the entire 17 seconds. We're going to go back to even strength as the offensive set begins for the Monarchs. Caravello to Ben off the bench, throws it back to him. Looking for cutters. Nothing really coming open. Down to 6 on the shot clock. He's just going to flog one from the outside. That goes off of Vigna and up out of play. Nope, I guess it didn't touch the goalie. Just went out on its own, so it will be Oshawa possession. A little lofted pass from Jelly to St. John. 9-4 the score for Toronto as Arena Lacrosse League action returns on JVI Sports Network here in the third quarter. St. John loses possession, but he's the first guy there. Got to avoid the over and back line. Gets away from board, hands it off, and the outside shot by Whitlow. That one goes up out of play. That also did not hit the goalie. So Toronto gets the ball 1 minute into the third. Reed Board is picked up by his brother Gage. So those two will watch each other. A little shake and bake by Laidlaw. Gets it down to Ferreira. Laidlaw was heading to the bench. Now he comes back. Thought they'd lost possession. 6 left on the shot clock. Ferreira up to Warren. A little worm burner to the far side. Vigna stops it, pounces on it. And here comes Oshawa the other way. Mancini to Sanders. He's watched up high by Niall Caravello. That's Triolo. Lob pass to Sanders. He's going to try and go underneath. Caravello turns him aside. McWaters. Whitlow kind of gave up on that one. And there's the outlet pass from Wendy. Now Caravello has Gillies trailing. There's another trailer. That's Ben. His shot is over the crossbar. Dance moves into position and finds a spot. Great patience and just enough movement with the quick feet. 4 goals tonight for Jordan Dance. He is on fire. Ball still loose off this faceoff. Eventually it's Ben that comes up with it. Pulls it down with McCrory all over him. Pass was a little bit hot for Krepensek, but it got through. And Warren is undergoing some hard checking from Charbonneau. Just leaves the ball there. Penalty coming. Guess Warren, I'm not sure if it was Warren, someone must have responded as he was being checked into the boards. So Oshawa with the tough defensive stand, and it will earn them a power play. Oh, nice shot, low to high by Goddard, but Wendy got just enough of it. Boy, changed the angle, dropping the head of the stick, and almost painted the top corner. Trillo up to Whitlow. St. John with his little head fake. Gilray back to Whitlow. St. John will, no, he's not going to shoot. Good ball movement. Oh, and they bang one off the post straight out to St. John. He cuts to the middle, shoots, save Wendy. He pops back up from the splits. And Dustin Caravello, shovel pass ahead, and Patrick Miles runs onto it. Nice play by Caravello to get the ball and get it through to Miles. He tries to force it to Ferreira. It actually winds up with Ferreira eventually after bouncing off an Oshawa player. 1:05 left in the Monarchs penalty. That's saved by Vigneault, scooped up, and here comes Triolo getting the pass from Strocher. Oshawa takes their time setting up in the power play. 17 seconds left as they start making some moves. Still all perimeter. They do have a man behind the net in Gilray. Just a wide open shot from Whitlow, but it bounced out to Gilray, and they get a fresh 35 left now on the penalty. There's Gilray behind the back. Penalty coming to Toronto again. Oh, and a bounce shot by St. John. That's a beauty. Saw that Wendy was down, bounced it tight in front of him, goes up high to the far top corner. Toronto with everybody back in the D zone, so Oshawa runs another man up, Steph Charbonneau. And he's going to duck in there now and get the ball, so it worked out perfectly for them. So they get the possession and the man advantage. That lob pass to Gilray was high, but he went up and got it. They get their 5 forwards out. Sanders trotting into position at the lefty shooter spot. Will get the ball from Whitlow up top, gives it back to him. Hard shot stopped by Wendy. He's pretty much stepping on his stick, but gets it up quickly enough to get to Caravello. Shovel pass. Nice attempt as he got it through to Critch, but the save by Vigneault. Vintage Caravello to Critch, but Critch just not able to find a hole. Here's Sanders as they set up again. Caravello and Critch still up top. Whitlow still up at the top for Oshawa. Gets it back from Triolo. Sidearm rip by Sanders. Pulls it near side. Got Wendy moving to his right. Pulled it back and buries it. Back-to-back power play goals for the Outlaws. Violation by Alistair Warren. So Paul Jelly and the Outlaws will get possession. He'll leave it there for McCrory, who's D'd up immediately by Krepensek. Escapes. Lane was taken away by Caravello, but he gets the pass through to Laird. Laird is knocked to the floor, and it'll be a loose ball foul, and Oshawa will get the ball. Laird's kind of tripped up by Niall Caravello, who points to him and says, look at that, he's acting. But it was just a tangle of feet there. Nothing sinister, but definitely did throw him off balance. Shot by Triolo, and now Maudsley getting into it. I believe that's with Mason Wright, or is it Matt Hodgins? It's Matt Hodgins, number 43. Maudsley's going to go as well. Kyle Whitlow and Mo Urshad share a little laugh before play gets blown back in. And now Sanders is going after Adam Jay. Sanders with the stick right up under the chin of Jay. Oshawa retains possession. Whitlow to Gilray. Triolo's down low. He's covered by James, so they come to St. John. He runs across the top, will rip it, scores! St. John painting top corners. Bouncer far side now, he rips a high to high near side. 9:22 to go, Oshawa's within 3, it's 10-7. Jelly and Gillen. Another extended battle. And again, everyone contesting it. Everyone's in tight by the time that ball pops out. But it's Laird that comes up with it. He drives to the net, takes a little swat from Pat Miles, shoots, scores! Shakes off the slash, bounces it low, finds 5-hole, and Oshawa is on a run. It's 10-8 with 9:06 to play. The Outlaws are rolling. Jelly and Gillen again. Jelly with a good clamp that time. Got a quick start, but nice hustle by Krepinsak. Pops the ball out, and Gillen comes up with it. McLeod bounces it ahead to Dustin Caravello. He's watched by Charbonneau. 22 on the shot clock. Toronto just getting their fifth man out. It's Grasby. He'll take the pass as he comes into the formation off the bench. Back to Caravello and goes and sets a pick. Cutter, Crit scores! Not in transition this time. That is a set offensive play. Caravello to Critch to the back of the net past Vigna. It's 11-8. It's 11-8 with 8:43 to play in the third. Goals are coming in bunches in this game. Triolo shovels it to Andrioli. He thought about having a shot. Goes out to Laird. He's down low to St. John. Gillen nicely on him. The matching number 7s on each other there. Charbonneau was back in his own end. Sees that the possession is settled for Oshawa, and will go to the bench. Andrioli's pass is up into the hockey players up on the wall, and Toronto will take over. Michael Gillen steps over center and bounces it to Niall Caravello. He will work it to Ferreira and stay out for the offensive shift. Dustin Caravello, watched by Charbonneau. Ferreira cuts loose, but it was a bit late, so Dance shoves the ball through. Big collision there, and Oshawa comes out with possession. Nolan changes directions a few times. Gets himself a little bit of trouble, but manages to get the pass through to Whitlow. All is well for Oshawa. They've got 16 to shoot. St. John. A little push pass. I think Josh Guillory changed his mind halfway through that. It was too late, and the ball drifted into Wendy. Caravello over to Warren. He pulls up, goes to Grasby, gets away from him. Farazovic out on him. Alistair Warren ducks away from a check, throws to the far side. Dance can't do much with it as he's swarmed by defensive players. That shot came a little late and was a little wide, so it's Oshawa possession. Pressure from Dance. Gage Board will make the pass. St. John with the one-handed catch as he ducked through a check from Reed Board. Gage Board with the pick on Reed, then cuts through. They go up top instead. Goddard over to Gilray. He sees a spot, takes it. Wendy turns it aside. Be a fresh 30 for whoever can come up with possession. Pops out the back of the scrum. Miles almost had it. It was raked back in, and St. John eventually gets it. Nice play by Gage Board on that loose ball. It was St. John that got it, but Board created it. Gilray to Goddard. Triolo is all alone on the far side, puts his shoulder down into Krepinsak. Now Spencer James, or Cody McLeod will take a turn. Shot low. Wendy reaches behind him, and we will have the officials timeout with 6:04 to go in the third. It's 11-8 for Toronto over Oshawa. I'm Stephen Stamp. This is ALL on JVI Sports Network. Dustin Caravello starts with possession for the Monarchs. Trots up over mid-floor. Brandon Ben. McCrory just keeping an eye out of the side of his eye for him. Nice job by Oshawa to take away the lane, but the pass through is open to Critch. He's stopped by Vigna. Ball's up in the air. Mancini comes down with it. Tries to run around Critch. Can't. Throws it. Not sure where that was going. Toronto will come up with it. Adam J. gets it ahead to Ben. He drops it. Almost stepped over him back. It was very close, but he looked like he just stayed onside. That pass gets away from him, rolls all the way through to Vigna, so they couldn't do anything with that opportunity. Here comes Oshawa. McCrory bounces it ahead. Charbonneau Not much to work with. Whitlow's there, but there's a lot of maroon. Sanders runs over the top, sidearm. Whitlow shovel pass, doesn't connect him with Waters, and Gillies is all over him, grab by McLeod. Jay running with him, but Charbonneau picks him up. Trail check attempt, but McLeod hangs onto it. Nolan combines there with Whitlow to come back, and it's Nolan that comes out with it. He's going for a run, runs over to his side. Man behind him actually got saved from being checked by him as he was knocked down by Niall Caravello, but Board did eventually track down the ball. A lot of effort by Oshawa, but a little scrambly there, and they turn the ball over. Here comes Toronto into the offensive zone. 4:20 to go in the third. 11-8, the Monarchs lead. Caravello takes it from Grasby. Ferreira runs around a scrum. Behind the net, Charbonneau staying with him. Ferreira, couple of moves. Farazovic jumps out on Critch and makes the pass to Caravello. They've got to get a shot off. Nice job by Farazovic on the trail check to take it away from Critch. It was a great chance for Toronto, but Farazovic stops it. 3:50 to go. Maudsley trying to swim through three guys is eventually repelled. And now he cuts through and gets open. That shot bounces. Did it go off the goalie? It did. So as it goes out of play, it'll be a reset. So Maudsley gets the ball back for Oshawa. That pass is picked off. And Maudsley's going to go for illegal cross-checking. Call made much to the chagrin of the Oshawa fans. So Toronto with a 3-goal lead goes to the man advantage. McCrory and DeBrone high, Laird and Charbonneau low. That's Dance with the ball. Goes to Laidlaw and Critch up at the top. Ferreira not out for this one. Dance. Hard shot off of Vigna. It's stopped. Ben is going back to play transition defense on McCrory. McCrory tucks it away from Dance. Ben tries to check him. DeBrone up high. They go for the near pass. Oh, what a save. Craig Wendy. Oh my, Whitlow can't believe it. He had a lot of net to shoot at, but the acrobatic Craig Wendy with the brilliant stop. Would have been a shorthanded goal. There's 18 left now for Oshawa to kill on this 30-second clock. Sanders tries to shovel it through. He does. Nice save by Wendy again as St. John just about found a hole. He found a hole in the defense, just couldn't find a hole in Wendy. 2:25 to go in the quarter. 11-8 Toronto. And they're setting up on the power play. Just getting their fifth attacker out now. It's Grasby running in front of Caravello. Warren looked at him, goes back to Caravello. There's Dance. Grasby to Caravello. Shoots right in the belly pad of Vigna. Caravello's there with the pressure on Charbonneau. And he pops it out. Gets into the mesh. Plays blown in. Caravello breakaway. Nice save, Vigna. And then Caravello went through the crease. Can't pick it up. So it'll be Oshawa possession. That's a huge save by Vigna to bail out his team after a great strip by Dustin Caravello. 1:45 to go. Just 10 on the penalty. Toronto's going to let Oshawa just kill this off. Gilray will step onto the floor and into the offensive set with 10 to go here on the shot clock. Gilray has the ball. That was Maudsley. Sorry, not Gilray. Now there's a penalty coming to Toronto. I know, right? Sanders at the top. Gets it back from Whitlow. Maudsley thought about it, goes to Sanders, shoots a hard shot. This combo stick foot save by Wendy. Gets it ahead to Niall Caravello. He's trailed by Goddard. Shovels it over to Dance. He's almost pushed over, just tiptoed. Manages to not go over back, but there's Ryan Nolan causing the turnover. You're going to say loose ball push as Miles ran over Nolan. Nolan gets into Miles' face and then face bumps him. They're going after each other. Miles grabs the face mask, starts to throw a punch. Oh, and then a dirty shot. That was Niall Caravello hitting. That's a third man in. That should be. Now they're fighting. They go down. Miles trying to throw some shots. Nolan pops back up. He wants to keep going. We'll see if they caught Niall Caravello with the shot, the gloved shot to the head of Nolan as he ran by with his helmet off. That should be a third man in and a game misconduct for Niall Caravello. Don't think they saw it. Going up on the board, there's going to be the matching fighting penalties. So, with 40 seconds left, Oshawa still in the power play. Maudsley getting into it down low, has to retrieve his glove. Triolo shoots and scores. That's just an open look. He gradually stepped in, lets it rip, and beats Wendy. That makes it 11-9 with 31.9 to go. Jelly and Gillen once again, 31.9 to go. And nobody's going to get possession until under 30, so whoever gets it can pull their goalie if they want. Critch is going towards the net. He's going to turn and shoot. It's off the belly pad. And Charbonneau comes up with it. 17 to go. He's pushing the pace. Laird is ahead. He's got Gilray on the far side, and Gilray's pointing up to the top. He throws it up. They have the goalie at the bench. 8 seconds to go. They'll start the play right away. Sanders. Quick release there by Whitlow. It's stopped by Wendy. And the clock will expire on the third quarter just as Mike Gillen catches that pass out front. It's 11-9. We've got a game after the early run in the game by Toronto. Oshawa has been full value for their effort to come back. 15 minutes to decide it when we get back to JVI Sports Network's presentation of the ALL. Welcome back to Lacrosse, friends. 15 minutes to decide it. 11-9, Toronto leads. They're going left to right for this fourth quarter, and they'll have the ball after Paul Jelly had a face-off violation. He'll backpedal onto defense, and Jordan Critch will start with possession. Shots 19-12 in that third quarter in favor of Oshawa. They've actually outshot Toronto 31-24 in the last 30 minutes of play. Loose balls were 17-16 Toronto, and face-offs 4 apiece in that quarter. Whitlow comes and takes the pass. 18 left on the shot clock for Oshawa. They're still getting players out on the offense. St. John fakes a shot. Maudsley across the top to Whitlow. He gets one off, doesn't get through. Found its way to Gilray, but that was late. That somehow gets through the rafters, and Niall Caravello will track it down. Still not sure how he didn't get some kind of penalty in that last altercation. Grasby. Laidlaw. His pass is reached for and caught by Warren. He's got Mancini on him. Grasby takes a shot. This was a nice two-man defense. Mancini taking Warren on the switch. Nowhere to pass, so Grasby got the shot, but he did bounce it off of Vigneault and up out of play. Fresh 30 for Toronto. Oshawa's got a man up the floor. There's a chance for Dance as he is knocked to the ground. There's a big collision along the boards. Laidlaw running into his man. Andrioli pops up with the ball. Dance is still complaining to the officials as he holds his arm gingerly as he heads off the floor. That pass doesn't get through to Gilray. It'll be picked up by Wendy. 13-13 to go. Outlet pass. Got it all the way there to Caravello. He had to take it off the boards, though. Strocher almost tipped it. I think it made it hard for Caravello to see, so he just waited. Brandon Ben is waiting now. 20 on the shot clock. Grasby along the boards. Ferreira trying to go underneath. Triolo comes out on him. Shot is blocked, and Triolo, oh, he can't. He does have it. He's looking up the floor. He'll make the short pass to Charbonneau. Goddard and St. John are out there. St. John gets it. Triolo backs his way in on Hodgins, gets the shot off. Here comes Adam J. over center. Dance is all right. He's back on the floor. He's going to let it rip well wide. It's going to be an over and back. Will roll right down to Craig Wendy. And Oshawa will get possession. Gilroy will start with the ball. 12-12 to go here in the fourth quarter. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League on JVI Sports Network. Spinning shot by Goddard. Wendy had to be sharp for that one. Gilroy gets the rebound. He's got Warren all over him. Sorry, that was Mason Wright on him. St. John has the ball pop out of his stick. McLeod goes for a run. Nobody with him. But Gillies is getting to the bench to get a man out. They try to feed it through. They get it to him. What a shot. What a save by Vigna. It was Ben coming off the bench. The rebound went to Garavello, and Jake Strocher landed on top of him and pinned him in the crease. So it's a loose ball hold, and Toronto will get the ball back. No penalty because there was no intent to do anything untoward. It's a shot through the screen by Laidlaw. Vigna's rebound is ahead to Mancini. He's going to pass it over to Laird. Doesn't quite connect. Managed to get it through the sticks, but Laird couldn't catch it. Adam J with the outlet pass. Now Caravello holds on. He's got Jay with him. Goes far side instead. Warren backpedals. Lobs it across to Niall Caravello. 14 on the shot clock. Dustin Caravello through. Great save. Hand save by Vigna on Warren. Charbonneau brings it into the offensive zone past the restraining line. Diving attempt. Doesn't get it in, though. The ball just sat there for Tyler Ferreira, and he'll come over the restraining line and over center. No, it's an 8-second count as Ferreira just was a bit too nonchalant about it. Here comes Triolo. Saved by Wendy. He'll get the ball. There's a man up the floor. It's Niall Caravello. Big save by Vigna. Boy, both the Caravello brothers have been stoned by Rance Vigna on wide open breakaways. There's a pass ahead to Gage Board. Adam J watches him as Matt Hodgins runs by into the defensive zone. St. John directing traffic with his head. He likes that little tilt to the head to direct someone in. There's Gilray looking for the shovel pass. He's going to run around all the way in behind instead. Now he does shovel it through to Board, who's on his offside. Jay shoves him. They get it to Gilray. Oh, another great save by Wendy. Made his move a bit early, but was able to leave his hand there to get just enough and direct that one away. We've got 9:45 to go here in the fourth. It's 11-9 Toronto. Dance watched by Triolo. He opens up. Shot saved by Vigna. DeBrone gets it ahead. Here's Mancini. He's got Laird with him. Goes for the man off the bench, Maudsley. His pass to Laird. He loses control as he tried for the shot. He was being checked. That almost worked out as the changeup almost helped Toronto. That ball goes into the Oshawa bench, and Toronto will have possession. Mason Wright got it ahead to Niall Caravello. Warren takes it off the bench. Dustin Caravello's up high, gets the pass. Into Critch. Niall Caravello opens up a lane. The shot stopped by Vigna. Ball pops free. Niall Caravello, who's on the ground after sending that hard pick to open him up, gets possession. Solid chef by Niall Caravello. And now a penalty coming to Oshawa. And as Caravello and Wendy both make their way to the bench, Toronto's got 6 attackers. They've got 17 seconds to work with. Pass to the back door, shot by Ferreira. It's stopped by Vigna. Vigna's had to be sharp here in the third and fourth quarter. Miles and Nolan released from the penalty box. Dance up top to Critch. Ben surveying. Looks like he wants to shoot. Goes up to Critch instead. Now Ben's going to let it rip. That one didn't get through. It was blocked by Steph Charbonneau. His face mask was popped off the helmet. Toronto gets it back. Back a give and go with Caravello and Critch, but Vigna with another big stop. Then Ryan Nolan, who's had 5 minutes of rest, sprints into the defensive zone, comes and gets the ball. Laird is knocked down, and Oshawa is livid. There's nothing called. And then Caravello gives Laird another pop. And now a breakaway for Dance. If he scores, Oshawa will be furious, but the shot goes off the post. Vinya got a little help from the iron that time. Toronto taking their time. 14 on the shot clock. Ben passes through. It's tipped away by Laird. A little cross check to the back of Caravello. Or sorry, Dance, who doesn't like it, but there's no way they're getting that call while Oshawa is still waiting for the call to be made at the other end. Maudsley feeds it through, but that was right at the hip of Kyle Whitlow. No way he can catch that. And here comes Toronto the other way. Krepensek will hand it off to Critch and go to the bench. 20 on the shot clock. Toronto's still on the power play for 10 seconds, but they look like they're just going to let this tick off. Critch back up to Caravello. Andrioli is out of the box and running back into the D. Caravello to Warren. Down low to Grasby. His shot off of Vinya. That's going to be a fresh 30 for Toronto. Worked out perfectly for the Monarchs. 6.5 to go. We should have the officials timeout, and we will. 11-9 for Toronto, 6:29 to play. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League action on JVI Sports Network. Toronto starts with possession. Things feisty right off the bat in the middle. McCrory knocked the ball loose. We're going to say Dustin Caravello went through the crease, then was the first guy to play the ball. And he's getting a delay of game call. Triolo up top. So with Dustin Caravello in the penalty box, Niall Caravello will take his spot at the top of the penalty kill. Gilray had to reach to catch that one. He got it. It's a little different with Niall out there because Dustin's a righty, Niall a lefty, so don't have those sticks to the middle. Now Caravello takes the pass and is bumped immediately by Gilray to create the turnover. St. John behind the back to Triolo. What a save by Wendy. Somehow got the stick on that one. Outlet pass to Critch. She's going to slow it down. Critch started to go through both players. Thought he'd split the D. Wasn't there. Tries it again. Ball pops loose. Gilray had it. Oh, Strocher goes down. Nobody near him. And he is in clear pain. Play will be blown down. And there is a reset. So Toronto gets a fresh 30. They're shorthanded, so that 30 could be very important to them. Dance has the ball with Laird right up on him. Goes for the swinging check. It was loud, but stick on stick. No call. Dance changes direction a few times. Corkscrew check. Doesn't get there and scores. Jordan Dance, his 5th of the game. He just runs around for about 20 seconds, killing time, killing the penalty, and then buries. 12-9 with 5:12 to go. Toronto still shorthanded, and Oshawa will have possession as Jelly pulls it back between his legs to Connor Laird. Triolo's going to wait for the rest of the power play to get out. They're there, so he bounces it to Whitlow. 3 righties for Oshawa. Goddard gets it from St. John, the other lefty. Back to St. John. Goddard fires. Bit of a stick contact. They're going to say there was a touch. Now one ref's calling over and back, and one saying it wasn't. They're going to have a discussion. Yeah, they're obvious. So with 24 seconds left in the Toronto power play and 4:44 to go in the 4th quarter, we'll have a face-off. Pat Miles takes it with an unorthodox face-off position. And Jelly pulls it out, gets possession for the Outlaws. Triolo, watched by McLeod, who now retreats to the crease. Oshawa sets up in the power play. 11-10 left. St. John thought about it, goes to Triolo. 5 on the penalty. St. John to Triolo. We'll see if they take a shot here. 1 second left. I was going to say, don't do it now. Now he takes it. Caravello's up the floor. Gilray gets the rebound, save. It's a crease, and Caravello's way up the floor. They get it to him. I don't know why they took that shot. Almost led to a goal, but Caravello misses. It's a break for Oshawa. And here comes the Outlaws the other way. Laird gives it back to St. John. Just a strange decision by Mike Triolo, who's picking the ball up now. Waited till the penalty expired and then shot while Caravello was still up the floor. They got away with it. Nice strip by McLeod off Gilray. Jay gets it and charges up the floor. 3:45 to go. Toronto ahead by 3. They go back door. And Dance is just going to pull it down. Take some time. 15 on the shot clock. 3.5 left in regulation time. Warren trying to break down McCrory. Passes across to Ferreira. He shoots far side. Goes off Vigneux. And that'll be a fresh 30 for the Monarchs. Perfect for them. A nightmare for Oshawa. Dustin Caravello passes it down. And we have a railing kicker. A diving attempt by Ferreira. There was some confusion in front of the net as to where the ball was. Dustin Caravello had it over along the boards on the far side. 15 left on the shot clock. Oshawa, I was thinking there shouldn't have been a reset. Oh, that ball picked off by Gage Board, just bounced away, tries to swat it ahead, gets it there. Here comes Whitlow. Sprinting, shoots, scores! Great twister, Kyle Whitlow. Nice wheels, nice shot, and it's 12-10. A 2-goal game. Toronto leading Oshawa with 2:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Jelly, quick jump, a little too quick, and Toronto will get possession. Oshawa leaves Triolo up the floor. Adam J will stay with him, so it's a 4-on-4 in the offensive zone. Dance cutting through everyone, gets a shot off, saved by Vigneux. And a fresh 30 as Toronto gets it back. Caravello got the ball, hands it off to Ben. $18 on the shot clock. Caravello with a big pick, and Mark DeBrone is not looking very comfortable as he comes up. Ball gets up out of play. Oshawa possession. Paul Jelly with it. TJ Sanders running, lots of pressure up top on him. Eric Krepensek getting right in his face, holding on to the stick, gets away with it. And the ball pops loose because Sanders had no stick free to grab it with. Maudsley over to Triolo, spins off his check, shoots, save Wendy. $1:23 to go, and Toronto will have possession as the shot clock expires. Adam J's got some room, gets it over to Warren. Trillo up the floor again. This time he's watched by Patrick Miles. 16 on the shot clock. 1:07 now on the game clock. Dance has McCrory on him. Hard sidearm pass. Ferreira spins on Andrioli, shoots, saved by Vigneux. Oshawa wants a checking in the crease call, and they've got some valid, it might be valid. Ferreira wasn't necessarily trying, but he ran through and did get the stick on. There's a great spinning pass by Triolo, and the finish by Whitlow, but he'd stepped in the crease first. Down to 40 seconds. McLeod just steps over center and is met by Gage Board. Triolo is there, stands his ground. They get it over to Dustin Caravello. 30 seconds left. 15 on the shot clock. Board trying to push him over, shoves him to the boards. Caravello gets by DeBrone. Oh, the stick gets up. That's going to be at least a slash and could be a high stick. And now Niall Caravello is going to go. as well. Oh, I think Toronto had too many players on the floor. That's the problem. So that actually cost Oshawa a second. St. John to Triolo. He'll shoot. Saved by Wendy. 6 to go. Bounces away from Whitlow. They try and quick stick on the back door. Goddard misses it, and that'll do it. So the final and an exciting game here at Children's Arena will be 12-10. The Toronto Monarchs get their 8th win of the season and hand the Oshawa Outlaws their 7th loss. So Toronto strengthens first place. Oshawa still sits in 5th. I'm Stephen Stamp. This has been Arena Lacrosse League action on JVI Sports Network. We'll see you next time.